Hey guys, this is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're gonna be helping one of our members, Addie, find his personality type. We'll just be asking you questions to help find your personality type. You don't have to go into any traumas or anything like that. But what you do say, we will use to triangulate down on your best fit type. From there, you can do whatever you feel is necessary. Can you introduce yourself?
Right, I'm Addie. I come from the Southeast Asian country of Malaysia. I'm currently 42 years of age. I'm working as an engineer specializing in biogas. Other than that, I'm a father of two kids. They're still small, 4 and 3 years old. Um, and I've just gotten into typology. Um, I think the trigger was it was from Jordan Peterson previously because uh, it started from a curiosity because
Mhm.
um, he was talking about weird stuff. I thought, but
Mhm.
when I really heard his lectures, he was talking about something mystical and whatnot. So giving it a chance, and he was talking about Carl about the great Carl Jung.
Mhm.
So I think it spun from there, and apparently another spin-off from Carl Jung's work is this typing
Mhm.
methods and whatnot.
Yeah, so we use Linda Barron's interaction styles and temperaments. She worked with David Kersey. So we use her methods to find people's type.
Right.
Problem I have with the test is like kind of very fluid. And they give people different results on basically how they answer or feel that day. So I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But interaction styles, we have a specific interaction style or temperament that we feel comfortable with the best. As in someone like myself is direct outcome in charge. Shelly is direct responding. So she feels more
Right.
comfortable in that role. If you change her role, she can do it, but it's not gonna feel as good. You know,
Right.
so we all have like, but like you can ask people questions and you can kind of figure out, okay, where's this person feel at home at the best? And
Yeah, I
that's
wouldn't be
basically
as
what we do.
effective.
Huh?
That I wouldn't be as effective as you.
Oh, shut up, Shelly. She's ass kissing. So
No,
what do you
no,
think? Huh?
I'm serious. Like you're.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be as effective as you in your job. I always like Shirley chart the fucking course. But what do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, good question. I guess he's someone I hopefully to be successful. I got a great team of my own like wolf pack maybe. I don't know. To be the center of a group um, um, in an inspirational way. Yep.
Oh man. Do you find it was very easy for you to become an engineer? Like, what was the deciding factors on you becoming an engineer?
Oh, it was very, yeah. It was tough. I mean, I think it started with me liking the. I think I really had this affinity with my high school teacher because I thought that she went beyond the syllabus. I felt that she was concerned on how I was approaching the material. So
Mhm.
I think from then on, I caught on to the subject, and I think it was uphill in college because I didn't really like the mathematics part, but well, I made it through, and I take it is a necessary evil, according to me. You have to do math in order to do engineering. Um, but other than that, I'm not very good with numbers, by my own measure. But I am good at the critical thinking part. So I got this engineering sense. I'd rather leave the calculations to other engineers, you know. So so I'll be doing that, like the overview of stuff. How does it
Mhm.
feel in a technical sense? You know, if it does it make sense or not? I think I'm more prone to that direction.
So, how do you behave when you get angry?
Uh, I tend to be quiet and And if my emotions are prolonged, I think I'll be a bit physical, but maybe it's on myself firstly. Maybe I punch my own palms of my hands. I notice maybe I stamp my feet a bit. Um, yeah. If I'm in a serious meeting, I think I'll leave for the moment so that I don't make noise banging the table unconsciously.
Yeah, yeah.
You become passive aggressive afterwards?
Sorry.
Do you become passive aggressive afterwards?
Yes, only when I'm composed because to me passive aggression takes some mind power. What to say at the right time. I feel like I'm more of a like I'll do this. I'll do things like that physically. And passive aggressive is like I have to control that, and then I can think about it, and then I'll deliver my rebut and or whatnot.
Okay, so I have another. How long do you hold a grudge?
Wow.
Damn, Shelly, what the fuck? You asking this guy like fucking FI shit, man. God damn.
Well, I used to have a long hold on grudges, but not maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm in my early 40s, so not anymore. I just I just let it go.
You look very young, man. You look very young. Skin looks great, man. Now I don't even see a wrinkle, man. Hey, babe, hey, you cruising through life, man. You got another 50 years left. Uh,
Wow.
what do you want to be remembered for?
Thanks. Wow. Yep. I want to be remembered for um, as a good person, as someone who's very helpful and selfless, and I think in hindsight, if I can make someone breathe a bit easier, I think I would have done my part if I couldn't do anything else.
Um,
What's your what's one of your favorite memories?
My favorite memory. I think that will be the time when I was about 8 to 12 years old. I think back then we had a tighter bond between myself and my siblings and my parents, and the simplest of things would make us happy. Just walks to the mall is something that we look forward to, even though we don't buy anything eventually. But I saw that it took so little to make you happy. So I kind of reminiscence on those moments. Whereas now you have more, but sometimes you just wonder why were you happier back then.
Yeah, true. If you had to rank comfort as from 1 to 10, like the level of importance or how much you value it, what would you say?
My, my comfort.
Yes, like your physical comfort.
Oh, um, I would love. I think I give it a 7. But I
Okay.
do understand that I can't be comfortable all the time because I get nothing done, and I think chaos, or conflict. I have to rile myself up sometimes. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing the stuff that I'm doing.
Okay. Same question, but privacy. One to
Right.
ten.
Privacy. Wow, that's I would say almost 10, but maybe 9.
Okay.
um, if you could have any job in the world that you don't have currently, what would it be and why?
Hmm. I'd love to take care of animals in some way or form because I think because animals don't have a voice of their own. I feel like it. And I was really inspired by this person from he's like an elephant whisperer. So I can't recall his name, but what happened was 1 week before his passing, this herd of elephants made a pilgrimage to his location, and it's like paying homage to him. So that really touched me because I never knew that animals could respond to humans like that.
Well, um, how do you deal with chaos?
Wow. I have to make it a bit more practical. How do I deal conflict?
Yeah, conflict with like chaos. Like, let's say you were going to a job and it was just a chaotic situation. How would you go about changing that? Or like, what would be your approach?
I'd love to be calm, but I found myself like almost transforming. So I would like, for example, if there was an argument, I would just uh, hook on to the pieces of that argument, and I just argue my way. But it takes someone to nudge me maybe, and then I'll be reminded, okay, I should shut up. But if I hadn't caught myself, then I think I'd just be arguing. I just whatever it is. If someone, I think I'm most sensitive to if someone accused me of something. So I just argue away. But until I'm being, it's like, I've been told I can go a bit over the top at times, and yeah,
What do you think is something that people misunderstand about you?
that I'm a nice guy.
What do you think they think?
I think that they think I'm harmless and squeaky clean, but they don't know. You know, I feel that everyone has a dark side to them, and you've got to respect people's dark side, and it goes all the way to the bottom if you're not careful.
So,
Yeah.
hey,
um,
uh,
what do you
Sorry.
think? Let's say, what do you think is a skill the next generation should know?
Wow.
Wow.
I think the next generation should know. I don't know. When I was growing up, there used to be this thing called common sense, but I think common sense is not common anymore. Yeah. It seems that you have to tell things, that I thought it was common knowledge, but maybe some, I don't know, some slap in the back of the head or something.
yeah, they need a reset,
Yeah.
Um,
maybe an upgrade in their programming. Um,
Yeah.
what's the biggest or three biggest problems you see with humanity?
Wow. I think,
he's like, wow. He's got to think about it. He's got to process it. Like, ah, damn.
yeah, yeah. I think apathy is one because no one takes time or effort to consider things, especially looking on the other point of view. I think concluding thoughts so early is another one. The third one would be, um, I think, I want to say luxury, but what I mean is excess. Yeah, I think we are spoiled to some extent, and even time is could be an excess, and
What was
it's
the?
wasted.
I'm sorry. What was the first thing you said? I couldn't
Just
understand you.
apathy. Apathy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
That
not caring.
concluding
Yeah, not.
thoughts too early.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I got the other.
What do you if you had three wishes, what would you wish for and why?
Wow.
Think wow.
Um, you know, I want to say the physical things. I'd love for material stuff. I'd like to say I'd like to have money so that I can provide for my family, but I think I'm feeling in my hearts of hearts. I wish that I'm always um, doing the right thing at the right time with the right person, and that would be the first one. Second one is I like to leave a memory, I want to be remembered um, for for something about humanities, something about you know I'm not comparing myself to Gandhi, but something about him inspires me. He didn't even lift a finger, but he moved the whole nation to me. So I want to be something like that. I'm not sure how. The other one is I think I think I wish that humanity will be happier.
If you could be born in any time period, where would you want to be born and why?
Well, I wanted to say the future because, but that's a big unknown. You see, I want to be born in the future just because I want to find out.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. Uh, what are your goals for 2024? It's a month from now.
Wow.
What?
Next year, yeah, next year I think I'm gonna branch out from engineering because I think I'm gonna go on the strategic parts of the job, not so much on the detailing anymore. Management is what I'm looking for, and that for my family maybe um I don't know I have this hunch of relocating overseas
Hmm.
somewhere, leaving my country for a while, taking a break. Um, I wanted to verify whether the grass is greener or not on the other side.
I got to tell you this, man. The grass is greener where you water it. Always remember that. It's always
It is a good
greener
point.
where you water it.
Right. Never thought of that.
People fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
So,
um,
what are some things that stress you out?
Um, indecisiveness in important things stresses me out. Especially when I'm driving. If I get one of those drivers in front of me who can't decide whether they want to go left or right with even with their blinkers, so that really peeves me. And indecisiveness as a whole or lack of planning, I think that really is like no, you can't do that all the time. Sometimes it's allowed, but on the road in life, you're not supposed to do that because um, I mean, what a poor soul.
So, lack of planning. Okay. What are some things that annoy you?
What are recent things?
Just things that annoy you.
Mm, I think um, I think TV shows that don't have any structure or sorry, there's no point to it. It's just for the sake of the laugh, but there's no point to it.
no
It was
outcome.
I don't know.
speaking about that the other night. What about with people? Like, what things do people do that annoy you?
Mm. I think if people painted myself or any other situation or any other person with one single brush, that really annoys me because it's lazy to me. It's like no, you don't do that. Huh.
Uh,
And what are some things that make you feel embarrassed, or what's one thing that makes you feel embarrassed?
Mm.
Think about I guess yourself.
Mm. I'm embarrassed. I mean, if someone called me out in public, yeah, um, call me out in the sense of um, even if it wasn't true, but the fact that they said something detrimental to me in front of other people.
So it could change other people's
Um,
opinions about you, like
Sorry.
something like that. So it's something that could possibly change other people's opinions about you, or
Yeah,
make
sure.
people think
Right.
negatively.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if they were joking, I would know. But
Yeah.
there's yeah. If it's joking, if it's all fun and games, it's fine. It's fine. But sometimes you get one of those I don't know, one of those people that they just want to trigger a reaction from you, and they want to see how composed you are.
Yeah,
Um,
I do it sometimes to people, so I just start laughing.
really,
Yeah, I know. I do too. Michael, like, you in
Uh,
one of those moods again?
You said what?
must.
So he asked me if I'm in one of those moods again or something.
Who said that?
Or Mike,
Oh,
because
they don't like to be annoyed.
yeah, I know.
They just want to be in a utopia type static moment in time, and then people like you ruin it, Shelly. God damn it, Shelly. But I torture Shelly, so it's payback. Mike just knows payback. Um,
Right.
what do you think are the best things about humanity?
I think the spirit is uh, is big. Not big. You can't really define the human spirit until you confront with it. It's something that unbounded to me.
Oh,
Mhm,
Is it's a mystery, but it's something abundance at the same time.
mhm.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Uh, if you could go back and change one thing about your life, would you do it and why? You go back and change one thing.
One thing, yeah. Yeah, I do feel like meeting my 10 or 20 year old self, and just tell myself that don't be broody my own feelings. No one's really out there to get you. You just in your head.
Mhm.
I think I would have saved more time.
Okay.
okay.
You could talk to your 5-year-old version of yourself. What would you tell them?
Wow. uh, I do have a picture of my 5 year old of me.
Mhm.
I think it was my birthday. I hang it on the wall. I think I like that shot there. I'd say I'd say nothing and just smile at him because
Oh.
I know he's doing fine.
I think I tell my 5-year-old self to run away.
You would tell them run away? I'd say fucking charge
Shut
yourself
up,
up and get
keep
it
your hair up
done.
and run away.
I'd be like, yo, 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 you gotta fucking like fucking just you gonna do it, just do it. Like fuck it. I'd I'm gonna charge. Shelly, we done here?
Um, not quite.
God damn, Shelly.
It's good. It's good.
What are two things that you're insecure about?
Why you wanna ask somebody some shit like this? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Nobody wants to
It's o-
talk about what they're insecure about, Shelly. God damn.
it's
Silence.
okay. It's alright. Let me
You're done.
try. Um, how I don't know how I dress sometimes, and whether people are annoyed at me for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, I already knew what you were gonna say. Maybe not the dress part though. So why does the way you dress like affect you?
Oh,
I thought you guys
um,
were into that. Your
mm,
type.
I don't know. Sometimes for example, I've been told by others, sometimes my color choices, they don't, people don't agree with it.
Oh,
Sometimes, for
what?
example, I like to wear some pink in about, but to me, it's just a color. I even have a pink mouse, so. But I don't know. It seems that there's this consensus about color. You're not supposed to do this and that, but I don't know. I can't.
Hey man, you
I
shouldn't
really
listen,
see the
man.
innocence of it, you know.
Hey, you shouldn't listen to them, man. I wear pink all the time, man. But the differences are like 250 pounds, so ain't nobody gonna say shit to me.
Yeah,
You know, they gonna
yeah.
be like, oh
I
man,
think that.
you wearing pink? Oh man, that's a nice shirt. Like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Like, one of my buddies, he's at the gym. He's another ENTJ. He's like, oh man, you wearing pink, man? What's going on with that? I'm like, bro, it looks good on me, doesn't it? And he's like, you can't say nothing, you know. So as long as you own whatever someone says about you, they can't say nothing. If someone says like, oh
Yep.
my god, you got this on, or you got that, as long as you own it, like it look good, don't it? You want it? You want me to buy you one? You know, like stuff like that. You know, as long
Mm,
as you own it, nobody can say anything about you. But like if you try to like if you get insecure about it or something, then like they can kind of attack you. And I've kind of learned
mm,
that throughout like based on like me, my brother, Christian, and my other
mm,
friend, like we pick on each other. And like if they
mm,
found anything that you were insecure about,
mm.
they could get you. But if you owned it, they can't say nothing to you, you know?
Yeah.
So like when you wear your pink stuff, just own it. They say, oh, you got this pink on? You like it? Do I look good on it? Do a
Mm,
spin around, just stuff like that.
mm. Yeah,
Um,
but how about, I mean, if it's between friends, yeah, yeah, it's mine, it's my choice. But
mhm,
I don't know about around people that you really care. Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid that I might embarrass them for some reason. You know. So okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I can spot this. So
mhm,
okay, I'll concede. Maybe it's outlandish. Maybe this is not the best choice. So I tend to roll back because of the
mhm,
loved ones. But if
mhm.
it's friends trash talking, hell with that. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who it is. Like, they either gotta accept it or they don't. It is what it is.
right.
Like, if you ashamed, that's on you. That's a you problem, not me problem.
Mm,
As
interesting.
Deion Sanders says, don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurities. A lot of times, if you're confident, hey, you can offend somebody else's insecurities because the thing is, they may want to wear pink, but they ain't got the balls to do it. Or they ain't got
Mm,
the stomach to do it.
mm.
So you got the balls to do it. So fuck them. That's my mindset behind it. Shelly, you got anything else?
All right.
Okay. Last question. I don't think
God
I
damn.
asked.
So
What are behaviors that anger you?
I think you asked this like 100 different ways at this point.
Mercy.
um,
Okay, well,
yeah.
be annoyed by something and not be angry by it, So
So annoying, annoying.
no anger,
Yeah,
like something
anger,
somebody does that makes you mad, like fairly
accusing
instant.
me. Yeah, accusing me of something. That I know I'm in a clear. Um, I'm easily triggered by that, and I shouldn't. I think those are the times when.
Yeah, that's why my INTP son is always passive aggressive with me.
I
Oh,
feel like you had a agenda here, Shelly. You had an agenda here, and it is so just like out here,
I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm learning as we're
Like I feel like
typing.
no, 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 no. I feel like you had an agenda here. But
right. It's okay. We all need to learn, right?
All right. So, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give you type. So it was early on to see that you're responding. You're introverted. You respond to the
Right.
questions. You take your time. You think. That's why when the questions are hitting, you're like, oh man, I gotta think this through. So
Yep.
you're responding. So that eliminates all the extrovert types. You're also informative. So when you speak, like you really don't like to tell people what to do. You kind of like to give people, you like to educate people, you like to give them information. You like to get them to want to buy into a certain thing or whatnot. So you have a background tendency. So informative
Right.
responding is background. So that means you're also outcome focused. So you look at the end products, things like that. But the great thing about background types is they're able to combine the process and the outcome. They are the types that don't want to put the cart before the horse. You know,
Right.
did I say that right? They're really about like things being right done the first time. They're the
Right.
big proponents of that. Like, do it right the first time. Like, they're gonna measure twice and cut once. That's
Right.
their whole
Right.
mindset. So you're also a
Yeah.
TI user. So
Oh,
yeah, you see a lot of if this and that in your speech or whatnot. Even when you talk about color, you're like, oh, it's just the color. But a FI user would explain the color differently than you did. So you got like a lot of syllogisms here, clear about the definitions of things, your indecisiveness. You're a TIFE user, so that eliminates you down to two types here, ISFJ and INTP. And you're pragmatic, you're about getting things done. Even though you have extroverted feeling and it is you have worked on it quite a bit, you are an INTP.
Mm.
And we knew as soon as you walked in, you're an INTP.
Oh,
I knew
really?
you were an INTP as soon as you got on the call. Shelly thought
Wow.
INP,
I had
INP.
INP written down like
Yeah,
it's like
INP as soon as you
it's
walked
literally
in,
just
but
on the screen.
I knew you were
But
INTP as soon as you walked in
but
because
but
I
but
don't really.
how though? Yeah.
Because we could look at you. Well, I mean, I've
I
done
don't
over
know.
100 typing sessions
Yeah,
at
I
this
think it's like
point.
just people's like facial, like their expressions, also like just the way they carry themselves. So
Hmm.
I
it's
see.
just easy to tell.
I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then as
So
soon as you like say a TI word or TI statement, we're like, boom, gone. He's
and I'm
INTP.
dating an INTP, so I needed answers to
That's
questions.
why she was asking all these questions because she dates
Oh.
INTP. So I'm like, yo, man, you can't be asking people questions. Like nobody, like imagine if you were on a call
And cheat
and
code, be
and then somebody was like, oh, tell us something that you were embarrassed about. You wouldn't even fucking answer the question. You wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, next question.
quiet.
Oh, I'm like,
Wow.
God damn.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, "What? I've never been embarrassed in my life."
Yeah.
Next.
I
Yeah.
think most likely, Enneagram wise, you seem like a 5W6, um, which is most likely INTPs generally fall in 5W6 or fives in general. If I had to go for if you were SP, sexual, um or social, I would probably say that most likely you are a social, maybe social five or a SP5. One of those two, but you go back between those two. So if you're not a
Mm.
social, you're SP, but you go back in between those two, social and SP. The SP is more of the classical five, which
Right.
is known for the introversion, wanting to get away from people,
Mm.
things like that. And then you have your social one that kind of like goes for credentials, like wants to master the credentials and get those going. So they're more like people oriented a little bit more, while the
Mm.
self-preserving is all about like pretty much themselves. And then the sexual is like one person interaction. So I highly recommend you pick up like Beatrice Chestnut stuff. Um,
Wow.
yeah. You got any questions?
Yeah, you mentioned the TIFE. What's the other two function stacks?
Oh, you mean your function stack? So you're a TI hero.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
TI hero means that everything has to make logical sense to you. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's like your ultimate strength, right? That's where like your problem solving, your critical thinking. That's why you say common sense ain't really that common. You kind of like, people ain't thinking. People too quick to rush their thinking and stuff like that. That's because you're TI
Oh.
hero. You really care about logical consistency with things. When people like
Mm.
don't do that, you're like, what the fuck? And then your second one is extroverted intuition. So you see the possibilities of things, very abstract. A lot of times you can help other people with options. Sometimes people come up to you, like myself or something. I really not the greatest at seeing options, and you'll be like, "Hey, man, you can do it this way, or this way, or this way," and I'm like, "Oh shit, thank you. I wasn't even thinking that." And I'll
Mm.
use that option. Like they're very good at providing options to other people, but generally speaking, they use it to like kind of home in on the TI. And that's what makes their TI so good because they think about all the possibilities, and they use logical frameworks to connect those
Mm.
possibilities. So you'll see like a lot of INTPs like Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawkins, Jordan
Mm.
Peterson.
Wow.
You referenced him early on, and I was like, I referenced another INTP, but
Oh, really? Wow,
um,
I had no idea.
but that's and then you have SI. So SI is all about like comfort and things like that. And you said like, I got to get outside of my comfort or I won't get anything done. It's also about like the past, caring about the past and reminiscing the past.
Right.
Um, Pretty good with details, but it's the child function, so it's not the best. It's not the best, but it does work, and we do seem to get relief from it. And then your one that is where your insecurity lies is going to be in FE. So
Mm.
you feel maybe insecure around other people sometimes because you don't know like how they feel, or
Yeah.
like you care, you really care about how other people feel, but um sometimes you're not able to orchestrate it right,
Right.
because the more you use ti, logic doesn't have anything to do with feelings, but your
True.
hero function is always going strong. Like it's to me, when I visualize it, it's that annoying person that wants to be in every meeting. That's what the hero function is. He wants to sign off on every document, so when
True.
you we're dealing with people, people are emotional people.
Yep.
But you're a very logical person. So a lot of times, like, you may find it tough to be around people because they're not behaving logically. But when you like slow down over time and you understand the balance between your hero function and your inferior function, then you'll be able to understand how other people feel a lot. I think Christian gave one of the best things that you could do for someone who has FE inferior, and that's just be around a lot of people. Just get comfortable being around a lot of people. Just go outside the box and just be around a lot of people, because then you'll
Right.
pick up on people's feelings, and over time you'll get better and better with that. Christian's
Right.
also FE inferior, and he's really good at it now, like really good.
All
But
right.
um,
How about the passive aggressive and the anger though? I mean, since we're open about it, you know.
I think to me personally, I think a lot of people kind of graze over you guys a lot, because you guys are such background types. Like, they don't let you guys get your opinion out, and sometimes that can lead to some of your anger. Um,
Hmm.
as in, like, somebody like myself, like, I don't really have a problem with getting my opinion across. Most of the time, it's usually my opinion that goes across most of the time of anything. Whenever I'm
Hmm.
in a room, it doesn't matter where I'm at. But somebody like yourself, kind of like in the background, a lot of times people, you feel maybe don't feel like your opinion gets voiced a lot, or people like go over you or things like that. And then you don't
Hmm.
want to feel bad because you actually care about people. So,
Yeah.
like, over time that can kind of
Oh,
bottle up.
I see.
But like ultimately,
So,
like you guys are like very self-sacrificing people, that want to, bring humanity a little bit further. Like, if you can make an impact that leaves some type of thing that pushes humanity forward, you guys would gladly do it.
mm,
So a lot of times like that, you sacrificing how you feel and things like that, and
mm,
underneath that stuff bubbles up.
I see. So,
Yeah, well,
so the
you're
physicality.
aggressive. I become verbally aggressive. So,
Hmm?
I think each
What?
type has their own bad qualities.
Yeah,
So, like ESPs and ISTPs might be prone to exploding and becoming physically violent. So,
Mm,
yeah. Like,
is
for
it?
me, like,
Mm,
mine is like, if you say something that like pisses me off, I will like attack you right then and there, and I will go low. Like, I mean low.
phys.
No, not like low. Like, I'm talking
No.
not like physically, mentally. Like, or it could
Oh.
go physically, but I'm gonna attack you right then and there, and I'm gonna make you feel this small. So, like, generally speaking, like, let's say, like, I
Mm,
remember my coworker dad had just died like a couple days,
oh.
and
Sorry.
she had said something to me. She was like, "Oh, you look like this person," and I said, "You know what I look like? I look like your fucking daddy." You know, and her daddy just died like a couple days ago. And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you hit me, I hit lower. Like, I hit lower and I make you feel. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." And I'm just like, "You shouldn't have made me do that. You know, you made me do that." Like, I ain't make you do that. I'm like, it's like, my daddy just died, and I'm just like, "Hey, you made me
Mm,
do that." If you had never insulted me, then you wouldn't get what you
mm,
got back.
mm.
Um,
So, 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 if I can assume, the physicality about the conflicts that I'm facing,
mhm,
I get a bit itchy here, I
mhm,
feel like doing something with my hands and
mhm.
my feet. Is
Yeah,
that, I mean, that's not in my function stack, right?
I don't think
Or
so, man.
yeah.
I wouldn't say
I
that's
would
in your
get
function
it
stack.
out maybe to like go get like a you know what is it, a kickboxing
Yeah,
or something, so you can go and do that.
yeah,
Punch it, and get all that anger and aggression out, make you
yeah,
feel better, or
Yeah.
some sort of physical exercise to release it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
Might be
Yeah.
definitely.
Maybe because I've exhausted all the words. For example, I tried conflict. Maybe the words are exhausted and there's no more words left in
Hmm.
me.
Hmm.
So okay, talk to these. That's the feeling. That's the feeling.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never really.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I know. I have INTP son, and yeah,
yeah.
he's never.
I think people would term it actually FI demon.
But he does.
Um,
He does go.
oh,
He goes off, and I know he's in there probably beating his bed and
oh, interesting.
yeah,
I think
punching
people
it.
would call it FI demon. So, um, a lot of times, like you guys can't. So, like you guys don't care how you guys feel a lot of time. Like I was saying earlier, but over time it kind of hits you, and then when it hits you, you don't know what to do, and then you express it in any way that you can, which is usually like
I see.
beating something. As in like somebody like me or Shelly, we it's lower in our stat, but we do still have it available. But for you guys, it's very unconscious. It's in the unconscious
Mm,
A spot, so the second to the worst.
mm,
So like sometimes you get all this anger out of nowhere, these emotions, and you don't know what the fuck to do with them because
mm.
like it's in your unconscious. Um,
Yeah. Well, I don't understand the part like he gets it like that. He goes off, and he'll be gone for half an hour or an hour, and then he comes out and is like completely logical and
Oh,
apologizes because all I told him was
maybe.
logic, and, like the truth, and he just doesn't like the presentation, I guess.
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
didn't care about his feelings, I guess, Shelly.
Oh, feelings. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Oopsie.
Uh, I'm just wondering, these function stacks, right? There's a priority, there's a hierarchy to this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance that they can flip around or according to
Well,
circumstances?
I don't think they generally flip around, but you can develop some more than others. And
Right.
that depends on your nurture and the things you go about them in a certain way. Um, for a lot of times, like I've noticed between the difference between me and like another ENTJ is like I'm a lot more patient. I have a lot more NI than they do, and I think a lot better than they do. And that might be like career wise, because I went into science background, or that just might just be like reading so many books or things like that, or playing chess and things. But those are things that I've done in my life, and those have strengthened certain functions more than others. So you can strengthen some more than others, but generally speaking, people do take a similar approach a lot of times.
Mm, cool.
Like Shelly is pretty jealous of the INTJs who can actually talk on camera.
I am. Yeah. I mean, that was my like first dream in life. Thought I was going to be a singer, and then turns out I can't sing in front of people because I physically start like shaking. So, yeah, it's it's getting better though. At least to talk on camera.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's the
getting better.
nature part, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
a
it's all about the well nurture. It's more the nurture part.
Yeah.
mm,
Like the choices you choose in life, the things you choose to stick
mm,
through, the hard
mm,
things you stick through. It's not a lot of times life has always been this way where um, people take the easy route, and but when you take
mm,
the harder route, you over time you get benefits from that. Um,
mm,
yeah, so.
mm. What about the functions which is not within my stack? And,
Oh, so
I'm never
you
using them. Or
you do use them, but you use them in different ways. They're more unconscious. They're like I would say they're more like every function is like a muscle. The more you use it, the better. But
all right.
we just have a tendency to have a priority. So yours would be TI is the first, second is NE, then SI, then FE, and then in your unconscious is going to be TE, extroverted thinking, NI. So you're gonna always kind of NI critic. You always kind of worry about your future to a certain degree. Um,
I I think that like yeah, your critic function works kind of like a filter for your parent
and
function.
yeah, yeah,
You know. You're like, oh, I want all this stuff, and then it like filters it out to like what's I can look like, and then you're like, oh, I'm scared to do anything. I don't want anything.
Right.
Mm. So with
So
the analogy of a muscle, you're saying that we are supposed to balance ourselves out, is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So then you have SC trickster. That's where you're like your dressing comes from. You guys aren't really into reality much. You guys are in your own abstract world. Like you guys are the most like you and INFP and INTP are by far the most abstract of all the types. And that's just because of SE Trickster and like, they got high, everything intuition is high as hell for them. With NI in the sixth spot, NE in the second spot. Uh, and sometimes the critic can be stronger than the parent, and sometimes so. These types tend to be some of the most abstract of all the types. And then your last function is FI, which is the demon function, your demon or angelic. Um, you struggle to know what you value. Um,
Mm.
you take a more ethical approach to things instead of a moral approach to things. So what
Mm.
that would look like is like a morals. It would be like don't kill, don't steal, like what the collective has decided. Morals would be
Mm.
like something you've decided for yourself. Um, um,
Right.
and understanding what you value as a person, because you always value logic. So if you always value logic, you don't give a damn about how you feel, because you always value logic. So through
True.
life, you're gonna go through a journey to balance that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, another thing is like, I don't know that people need to change. Like, types are like, oh, I want to change, but like, we need every kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what makes the world go around. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you could better your life if you're not in
Mm-hmm.
a good
Yeah.
place, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I'll be super annoyed if I'll come into a meeting and there are 10 of me, I suppose. That wouldn't be great.
it balances itself out a lot of times, man. I do pretty decent. I do pretty decent with your personality type. We usually get along very well because like I am more of the leader. You guys are like, oh, this is the most logical step here, or these are the possibilities here, or oh, you want this, okay, you got to do this, and I'm like, boom, somebody figured it out for me. Give me that, and I go running forward with it, and we just, we get these outcomes, and we're happy because we're progressing and we're doing great things, and then before you know it, we have, maybe have $1 billion company, things like
Mm.
that. You'll see that with me and your personality type goes very well
Yeah.
together.
So,
And I'm
so
more
we're,
outspoken, and like let's say like I'm more outspoken than you, but because
mm,
we're close, I'm gonna make sure that what you say gets said. So it's kind of like
mm.
that. It's
Yeah.
it's
Makes
very
sense.
good teamwork.
Right.
Very good. Yeah.
Wow. Appreciate a lot. I think,
No problem, man. It was a pleasure, man. I gotta go. But if
yep.
you have any questions, just message me on Discord or Facebook, and I'll answer them as best I can, man.
Yes. Thank you very much. I really love the work that you're doing. I think you're, I mean, wow, who would have known, you know? But
What did you have
thank you.
yourself typed as?
The 16 personalities. So I always come as INFJ, but
INFJ. Okay. See, you get you're
yeah.
heading there. You're heading there. You're working on your FE inferior right now.
Mm,
That's what you want to work on now is your FE.
mm, mm, mm,
Because a lot of times in people's life, in once they hit a certain age, like midlife, they start to like shift into one to
mm,
develop that inferior function. Like the first, as in Dario Nardi has in the Magic Diamond, the first head of life, we kind of run with our hero function and we
mm,
maximize that a lot. And then the later hand of our life, we try to complete the diamond, which is bringing
mm.
your inferior function up. So I think that's
Right,
where you're headed in life right now, because you're like 40.
right.
So you're trying to bring your inferior FE up to the standard or
I
better.
see. I see. I
Yeah.
see. All right.
All right, man.
Very
Pleasure,
enlightening.
man.
Thank you very much.
All
Pleasure.
right, man.
Take care.
Right.
Bye.